Hey, what's up guys, Exalted here, and today I'm pretty excited about this video. What I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solo duo, and specifically this is me going for a high kill game. I get pretty nice kills here, and I'm just kind of going to be walking you through what I do and giving you guys a bunch of tips on how to perform better when it comes to solo duos. So the first tip I have for you, is if you're not very good at solo duos, play in the mornings. And when I say mornings, I mean about 9 to 11 o'clock in the morning. The reason why you want to play at 9 to 11 o'clock in the morning is because you find a lot of younger players, a lot of not so good players, and when you're playing against look at this. This dude's a bush. Really, dude? Didn't even shoot at me. He thought, I don't know. You play against kids like these. It doesn't matter what platform you're on, whether you're on PC, whether you're on Xbox, PlayStation, you're in the mornings, early mornings, you do not play against very good players. The reason for this is the better players are usually committing more time to the game, which means they're staying up later at night. And when they're staying up to 4 in the morning, when they're staying up to at least midnight, they're not getting up until, the afternoon. So the players that aren't committing a lot of time to the game are just playing in the morning casually. They're not great players. So the first tip I have is play in the mornings. It gives you a really, really good idea about how to approach team fights and when to use what. It gives you a really good idea, and it translates over to when you're playing against better players, and it's very, very helpful. So first tip, play in the mornings. Second tip is never ever engage in 50-50 fights. A 50-50 fight includes shotgun fights and sniper battles. So shotgun fights are very, very risky. Shotgun fights, for the most part, usually come down to who gets lucky, who gets the lucky one pump, who gets the lucky whatever, and same with snipers. It's who gets the lucky headshot. When you're dealing with shotguns and snipers, a lot of the time you can get killed in one bullet, and that leaves no room for skill, that leaves no room for using your smarts to win a game. The second tip is do not engage in 50-50 fights. If you see in this game, I use my AR. I did just come out of Tilted. So coming out of Tilted, of course, you're going to be doing shotgun fights, but you're going to have to be smart about it, and that just comes from practice. But when it comes to later in the game, don't risk your life in a 50-50 fight. So that leads straight into the third tip. Try to keep your fights AR fights. AR fights are much easier to win, and ARs do a lot of damage. I just took 120 health off that kid just with my AR. He was kind of close, but that was the time where I used my AR. Right here, I'm just spraying him out, just trying to waste his mats, and I can select when I want to get the high ground over him. I've got high ground, he decides to leave, and this is when I chase him. This is when I know he is weak, I have much more health than he does, and this is when I kind of start to take it into a shotgun fight, because I do have a much larger advantage than he does. So the third tip, keep the AR fights. The fourth tip is going to be when you come across a team like this, 2 people right here, make sure you have a clear shot before you shoot and try your best to get one player down. When you see a team, wait, take your time. If they don't see you, take your time and do whatever you need to do, whether it's a snipe, whether it's just AR spraying, to get that one player killed. Then it goes straight to an easy 1v1, keep the pressure on them so they're not getting the res. And when it comes to a 1v1, that's all you. That's nothing to do with duos, that's just one-on-one fighting skills. Here the player he was a decent builder, but I don't know what he was doing here. I just used my AR to shoot him down, and that's it. In this situation, I almost did put myself in a 50-50 fight, but that's only because I'm very, very confident in my building skills. I'm very confident I can win almost every build fight I find myself in. So as much as that was a 50-50 fight, it was more of a build fight, and I feel like my chances in a build fight are much higher than my chances in a random spray shotgun fight. So if you can see here, I eliminated that player. It's a quick 1v1. Now I just do what I need to do to kill this last player. That's it. The fifth tip is going to be play smart. And when I say play smart, I mean use the natural things in the game, like the natural environment in the game, and use the natural houses in the game, use natural things to your advantage, like natural high ground, use the zone to your advantage. When you're getting sprayed out, if a team's just spraying you, one, you can get on, use the natural ground to, I guess, benefit you. So like you can hide maybe behind the edge of a hill and peek them through the edge of a hill because they can't shoot out your hill. Or you could go into a house. It's much harder to shoot out a house. You can kind of manipulate through the house how you would like and use the right hand peek to your advantage. When it comes to spraying, use natural things to your advantage. Right here you see I use zone to my advantage here. These were two much better players. I didn't get the kill. I tried to get the kill, so it was a 1v1. I didn't get that. I'm just bouncing away because I don't want to get in that 50-50 fight. I'm weak. I know that 50-50 fight will never end well for me. So I'm keeping it shotgun fight, maybe a hunting rifle snipe if I think I'm in a good position. So one of his teammates, the teammate I shot at, ended up pushing me, and I'm grabbing high ground real quick. I see where that player is, so I know it's a 1v1, and I quickly just laser him down. I knew he was weak already, so I used my scars, hit him 3 or 4 times. He gave me a campfire. That was very lucky. Of course, when it comes to high kill games, you're going to have to get lucky. And I guess when it comes to just regular games, you just play it safe. I'm not really sure. But another tip I have, number 6, 7, I don't even know what I'm on right now. But it's going to be, don't get tunnel vision. So this means, like, players with ADHD, you almost have an advantage when it comes to this. If you see one player, don't just stare at that player. Don't just completely target the entire time while the other player is just absolutely destroying you. So as you can see, I used the natural high ground to my advantage. That player had to drop down. He had to drop down because of zone. He wanted to drop down because, I mean, he was mad that I killed his teammate. And I used that natural high ground to my advantage and killed the player. And he was a decent player. I don't know if you saw when I was launch padding earlier, he just engaged in an insane build fight. But I didn't want to get in that situation. I want to keep it AR. I'm going to stress this a lot. No 50-50 fights. AR fights are easy to win. Here I'm keeping it AR. I've got my little high ground. This player's kind of trying to build on me. I just wait for the quick snipe. Maybe it was lucky. He wasn't out waiting for me, so I knew I had the advantage when it came to this snipe. Now, back on the tunnel vision thing. Try to target the not-so-good player. Because in my experience, especially in Season 5, is the not-so-good player will just spam you out. So never get tunnel vision, but also target the not-so-good player. If you can eliminate the not-so-good player first, you'll be good to go. That's going to be everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips helped you out a little bit, and I hope it can help you out in your future games. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.